Hi everyone, welcome to day 4. Please find your tall, comfortable seat, close your eyes, and start to land once again with the breath. And hopefully you've noticed after the past couple practices that this starts to become easier and easier to do. Observing where the breath expands, maybe the places it doesn't expand as much, and placing a little extra focus, a little extra awareness into these more challenging spaces to breathe into. We don't need to force the breath into any area that might not feel very natural or very comfortable, but just being mindful of where the breath is and is not moving through rib cage, through abdomen, through whole torso. Finding our three-dimensional expansion into front body, sides, and back body. Continuing with the intention you have been working with or starting a new one for this practice or this day. And bowing your head to your chest to seal in your intention. Blinking the eyes open, we'll begin this practice onto hands and knees, more so hands and shins. So allow the hips to sit back onto the heels. If this is not comfortable to do so, we may sit onto a block, sit onto a pillow so the knees do not bend as much. Placing the palms forwards, lifting the spine almost as we would for a cow pose. Slight opening into the chest, still strong through the navel. And as you inhale, please open your right arm behind you so that the arms stay in a straight line, right arm opening up diagonal. And exhale, release right hand back to the floor. Left arm, inhale, extend back, open through chest, both arms. Exhale, release left hand. Inhale, open right arm, open the chest. Exhale, release. Left arm, inhale, open back. Exhale, release. One more each side, please. And release. If you're sitting onto a block, go ahead and move it out of your way. And we'll come into plank pose. Heart forward, shoulders back. Placing the left hand below the chest. And if you'd prefer, we can do this from the knees. Either leaving the left knee, planting the right foot at the back of the mat, opening right arm, or we can keep both feet to the floor. As you exhale, reach right arm forwards alongside cheekbone, alongside the ear. Inhale, raise up. 3 times exhale, reach forwards. Inhale to open. Exhale, reach forwards. Lift up. Release back to plank or kneeling plank. I'm going to opt for kneeling plank this morning. Planting right hand below the face, coming into your preferred side plank variation, lifting left arm. Exhale, reach left arm forwards, lengthen left side. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, reach left arm forwards. Inhale to raise. Exhale, reach forwards. Inhale, lift up. Back to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Taking hands back around hips for locust pose. Pull the shoulder blades down into the back. Lift the chest. Lift the arms. Lift through the legs. Still breathing. And release. Hands around the rib cage. Please move back into down dog. Walking the feet forwards. Come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half lift, shoulders back, extension from our first practice. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead, interlace last 3 fingers, pointers up, lateral from our second practice. Exhale, reach up and over to the left, stay to breathe. Inhale, point up. And point up and over to the right. Exhale, left side curves long. Inhale, point up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank or a kneeling plank. Exhale, lower. Take your vinyasa if you'd like to, up dog or low cobra. And exhale, come on to hands and knees. Walk the knees wide into a wide leg child's pose, please. Rebuild back up onto hands and knees, keeping the hips over the knees this time. Similar action to the beginning. As you inhale, open the right arm up to the ceiling. As you exhale, thread right arm under left shoulder, coming in to thread the needle. Right cheek, right temple land. Left hand stays pressed to the floor to help twist open. Keeping the left hand into the ground. Inhale, take the right arm back up, open right chest, right arm. Release back to tabletop. Left arm, inhale, extend up, open left chest, left shoulder. Exhale, thread left arm under right shoulder. Left cheek or temple can land. Right hand stays to the floor to help twist open. Breathing into the twist, trying to not sacrifice the breath because the pose may be uncomfortable. If it is uncomfortable, change the pose and maintain the breath. Right hand presses back to the floor. Inhale, left arm all the way up. Open the chest, open the shoulder. Exhale, back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, move back to down dog. Walk the feet forwards, come into forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Raise all the way up, hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Take the hands to the hips and step back into a wide leg stance. Taking the arms out to the sides, we're either going to twist directly below the face or farther to the opposite foot. If you'd like, we can place a block below the face. Inhale the arms up and wide. As you exhale, twist. Right hand in front of the body, left arm lifts, or right hand toward left foot. Inhale, stand all the way back up, keeping the weight into the legs. Exhale, twist left hand to the block or toward right foot. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, twist, right hand to floor or left foot. Inhale, lift up. Twist left hand to floor or right foot. Raising up. One more time. Exhale, twist in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift up. From here, we're going to take a wide leg fold and hold it, but not the breath, just the shape. Interlace hands behind the back if that's comfortable, opening the chest and shoulders, or we can grab a strap, a prop between the hands, folding forwards. If this is not your preferred variation, if you do not find this beneficial at all, you're welcome to keep the hands to the ground, or perhaps hold on to ankles or big toes to help fold just a little farther. Inhale, back to a wide leg half lift, spine strong here. Take the hands to the front of the hips and stand all the way up. Step the right foot up to the top of the mat. Come back to standing at the top. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Step back onto hands and knees, and we'll lower down to the floor, coming into Sphinx pose, an upper back bend onto the forearms and the hands. Pulling the shoulders back, keeping the chest open, shoulder blades open back toward the spine. We'll come into a reclined twist a little differently than we may usually. Picking up your right elbow, slide the left arm under right shoulder like we did for thread the needle. Bend the right knee up toward the height of the hip, either onto the floor or perhaps onto a block or some other prop. Open the right arm behind you, coming into our reclined twist. And we can keep the arms straight out. We can add a goalpost shape for a different feeling into the chest, or if you've run out of room. Breathing into right chest, right side, outside of right hip. And rolling back onto the chest, come back up into Sphinx pose, up onto forearms, onto elbows, resting in the middle. And we'll switch sides. Lift the left elbow, roll onto your right hip, right side. Left knee bends up in front of the hip onto the ground or onto a block, pillow, some sort of prop. Opening the left arm behind, coming into your reclined twist, other side. And release, roll back into Sphinx pose, our upper back bend. And release the chest back to the floor, hands around rib cage, press up onto hands and knees, and come into a seat. Legs down the length of the mat, spine sitting tall. Please keep your left leg straight out in front. Right foot inside, left thigh for head to knee pose. Inhale to take the arms up overhead. As you exhale, reach forward, folding over left leg. Hands could land around the knee or maybe all the way to the foot as you fold. And sitting back up, we'll switch legs, right leg straight out, left foot inside right thigh. Inhale to raise the arms up overhead. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, fold navel toward the top of the leg. Arms may land toward the foot or they may land around the knee. Notice what the shoulders are doing as we fold here. Try to keep the chest back. Lifting up. Plant the feet to the floor. If you know your head is not going to land on the back of your mat, adjust so it will, and release all the way onto your back, please. Crossing the left ankle over the top of the right thigh for figure 4, left knee away from left shoulder. Picking up right foot, hold the hands around right hamstring, shoulder blades, shoulders moving back toward the floor. And release right foot to the floor, switch sides. Left foot lands. Cross right ankle over the top of the left thigh, right knee away. Pick up left foot, bring left leg toward the chest, hands around left hamstring. Right knee continues away from right shoulder. And release left foot and right foot back to the floor. Taking the arms up over the shoulders, elbows and hands stay a bit relaxed. Picking the knees up over hips and extending the legs, coming into bug pose, or if you'd like, we can shift to a wall and take legs up the wall so we don't have to support them on your own. Enough strength in the limbs to keep them lifted, but mostly relaxing back into shoulders and hips. Whole body sinking into the floor. And bend the knees wider than triceps, wider than shoulders. Reach up to hold on to the ankles, coming into a yin variation of happy babies, staying here. Or if you'd like, reaching up a little farther, holding on to the pinky toe edges of the feet. Shoulders and knees back toward the floor, taking the legs with you. At the same time, thinking of how far the pelvis may have lifted off the floor, how high the tailbone might be lifted, anchoring back toward the ground. And hug the knees back into the chest. Add on any additional shapes or poses you'd like to feel comfortable and ready to release for Shavasana. And when you're ready, find your preferred shape to rest on your back. Exhales, feel the spaces in the back of the body release to the floor. Inhale, feels slight expansion toward the ceiling, expanding into every side of the body. Every edge, three-dimensional breath. Bringing your knees back into the chest. Rolling onto one side for a breath or two. Bottom arm can make a pillow under the head. And make your way back up into a tall seat. Crossing the legs, hands can rest onto the tops of the legs. Once again, three-dimensional expansion into the abdomen, to rib cage, to chest. And return to your intention, taking it with you, ready to move through the rest of your day. Bring the hands to heart center, bowing your head to your chest, acknowledging your breath, your peace, and all that you are. Namaste.